Coming to you pre-recorded from Indianapolis, Indiana. My name is David Huffington, and I am an advocate for the Indiana Pacers. This is going to be my playoff preview for the Indiana Pacers versus Milwaukee Bucks in the round one of the playoffs. I want to start with Giannis and the Bucks. I'd like to say how honored I am to be considered favorites, how honored we are to be considered favorites against the Milwaukee Bucks, and the fact that we've earned that right to be favorites against the Bucks, and how honoring, and we're really happy it's a privilege to be considered a team that you expect to beat Giannis. But that, I can't tell you the last time I remember the Pacers were favored to win a playoff series, let alone against a magnitude of a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak. I can see how so let me first just address that I'm going to be reading from my cheat sheet, so please, just bear with me and understand that I need help remembering everything that it is that I want to say, okay? Because the Bucks, I'm not sleeping on the Bucks, and neither should you. We shouldn't just take a shot of Kool-Aid that says the Bucks can't beat the Pacers without Dame Lillard. That shot in itself, I'm not drinking that. I don't, if I'm not a Pacer fan, I don't feel like Giannis needs Dame Lillard to get past the Pacers. Okay? So now I'm kind of explaining, I see the Bucks as a formidable foe. I consider it a rivalry. All right? It's not going to be no walk in the park. The Bucks are the more desperate team. They've lost in the first round the last 2 years, including last year to the Pacers. But they won the season series. So in a way, they got their revenge. They won their last three of the last four season series. The one game the Pacers won was by miraculous fashion. The pressure is on the Bucks. They're the wounded corner animal. Giannis is scoring a triple-double averaging a triple-double in his last 10 games. He's recorded a triple-double in 5 of his last 6 games. The Greek freak hates the Pacers. He has nightmares about the Pacers. He said this before. He averages 50 against us. So I'm very excited to see how, if we're just ever going to double team him, or if we're just going to let him do his thing, or yeah. I'm not just going to act like the Pacers are going to win this series and it's very easily. I'm not going to act like it's a for sure thing. We're supposed to win. I expect us to win, but we can't just act like it's a for sure thing, because these two teams are evenly matched on paper. With that being said, so that's Dame's got a blood clot. So we don't know if we know he's not going to be playing game 1. We don't know if he'll be back in the series or not, but that doesn't necessarily mean the Bucks are automatically going to lose the series. I think it's safe to say this is officially a rivalry. I think at least by the end of the series, we'll be hearing that said more. I think it's a rivalry already. Tyrese Halliburton's from Wisconsin, in the Milwaukee area. You know what I mean? It's not Milwaukee exactly, but it's that same state. So he plays better against the Bucks than he does your average team. So I understand that, the Pacers, we got to go out there and prove it. We can't just automatically say that Dame Lillard's not playing. We got this. We got to win this in 5. We're going to dominate. And I get being a fan, and I'll get like that, closer to game time, rah-rahing and stuff. But it's just one game at a time, one series at a time. we have championship aspirations that the casual fan or the NBA fan will laugh at us for having, and sometimes we laugh at ourselves for having it. But we're flirting with greatness right now, man. And I'll get into why I think the Pacers will win the series in a minute. But as a Pacer fan, I understand the merit behind certain takes people have that I don't want to happen or that I don't agree with, like how it's going to be more difficult to reach the Eastern Conference Finals again, and it's different when we're not taking anyone by surprise. We're not necessarily the hunted per se, like the Celtics or the Lakers or any of your top teams are, but we're not just catching people off guard no more neither. Like people are game planning for us. Hell, they're stealing some of the style of our play in the league this year. So, or, what if a stranger says the way Giannis is playing right now, he ain't losing to the first round to the Pacers. Like, I could see the merit behind that. Like, I get that. Giannis is a great player. Like, it's just weird being favored to win the series. But we deserved it. We earned it. I can see I can see either team winning the series. I can see scenarios where the Pacers can't match the Bucks' energy. Or where the Pacers lose home court advantage, or where the Pacers where they can't ever stop Giannis. They never stop Giannis, and then Dame comes back, and then they're like, what if the Pacers are down in the series when Dame comes back? Like that would be ugly, bro. So I think Milwaukee's been covered a little unfairly, but that's not to say they don't deserve to be favored in the series because they don't. So the in-game storyline, you got Giannis versus Tyrese Halliburton. Like, that's your storyline thing, right? Because those are the faces of the two teams and stuff. So Tyrese Halliburton, he's been killing it, bro. I had his stats somewhere. Excuse me, sorry. If you don't know, Halliburton's assist to turnover ratio is like one of the best in league history. He's 25 and 6 when Tyrese Halliburton has a double-double. We're 25 and 3 when he has at least 20 points. Tyrese Halliburton has 14 games with 20 points, 10 assists, and no turnovers. That's the most in history, NBA history, not franchise history. So, it's pretty fucking good. It's type shit that Tyrese Halliburton's on. He's the leader, the catalyst, the straw that stirs the drink, the quarterback, the face of the franchise. He gets everybody involved. Everybody plays unselfishly. They all play as a team, and they got a great aura and feeling about them. They're just that good. We're deep. I already talked about Giannis's numbers, how he's been averaging a triple-double in his last 10 games. Giannis is a fucking freak, bro. I'm excited to see the minute distribution among the Pacers. Sometimes we run a 10-man lineup, but that's not the regular season no more. It's playoff time, so I don't know if we're going to do an 8-man lineup or a 9-man lineup. Siakam and Giannis is probably going to be guarding each other. You got Brook Lopez and Miles Turner. They're probably going to even each other out because they both do similar shit with stretching the floor and blocking shots. The real matchups I'm really excited about, Benedict Mathurin, who's my second favorite Pacer. I expect him to have a big game one. I expect us to look at him big time game one. And not just game one, but the whole series. But I'm looking at him specifically game one just for the Pacers to be like, welcome to the playoffs. Benedict Mathurin didn't get to play in the playoffs last year. This guy's a bucket, man. This is a guy that can get hot. He can get to the free throw line. He can score points. So I'd love to see us just run through him more than some people may expect to start the series, just to be to reward Benedict Mathurin because he didn't get to play in the playoffs last year. So we'll see. But even if that don't happen, I still expect Mathurin to have a big-time series. I still like to see him average more than 15 points per game. He's capable of getting to 18 or 19 points per game. I'd love to see him score 25, 30 game one. So at least 20, but whatever. As long as he's efficient and helps defensively and, plays, as long as we play together as a team and everybody keeps doing their unselfish and pass the ball and get the open shot and just the cohesive shit we've been on, I think we should be okay. But Benedict Mathurin versus Kevin Porter Jr., that's a matchup that I'm really excited about because Kevin Porter Jr. can hoop. So I mean, that's something I think that's gonna be like your, because we already talked about Halliburton and Giannis. So Mathurin versus Kevin Porter Jr., that's a matchup I'm really excited about. I don't got Kevin Porter Jr.'s numbers, sorry, but he's a badass. He can definitely score buckets. He can help the Bucks a lot. Bobby Portis is a guy that I'm really thinking is going to be a big deal for the Bucks. I don't think the Pacers. I don't think we have anything for Bobby Portis. I don't see how we can stop him. Unless Obi Toppin decides, I don't know. Obi Toppin can jump, but he's still not that big compared to Bobby Portis is. So Bobby Portis is going to have a big time series if the Bucks plan on winning the series, because he's one of the biggest matchup problems he gives us outside of Giannis. So Tajon Prince, we got guys. Giannis is just going to try to attract everybody and pass it to the open guy. But Bobby Portis and Kevin Porter Jr., that's going to be the matchups to watch out for. And we're going to need Mathurin. We're going to need Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell. Our bench versus the Bucks bench, like that's what I was saying earlier. Like you look at the team stats, you look at the numbers, like it's very identical across the board. I got the numbers in front of me. You take a look at them. All right, points per game. The Pacers have 119. This is post All-Star break. This is since after the All-Star break. Pacers points per game 119. Bucks is 117. Field goal percentage, that goes to the Bucks. They're like 7th or 2nd, depending on how. I can't tell. My handwriting's terrible. But field goal percentage, the Bucks have the edge at 49.9. Pacers have 48.8. 3 points made, Pacers have 14.3. The Bucks have 13.7. That was 3 points made. And 3-point percentage, the Bucks have been third best since the All-Star break at 38.6%. The Pacers got 36.9% 3-point percentage. I think this what I just rattled off here: points per game, field goal percentage, 3 points made, 3-point percentage. These are basically pretty even. 119, 117. 49, 48, 14, 13, 38, 36. The Bucks have four more free throw attempts a game. They have 21 free throw attempts. The Bucks have 25 free throw attempts per game since the All-Star break. The Pacers have 21. The Pacers have 80% free throw percentage. The Bucks have 76. Offensive rebounding, the Pacers have been better than the Bucks in rebounding by technicality at 9 offensive rebounds per game compared to the Bucks' 7 offensive rebounds per game. And then the Pacers have 33 defensive rebounding per game. The Bucks have 34. Both of these teams are terrible at rebounding. But you got Bobby Portis coming back too, because he was suspended during the post All-Star break. Most of this thing, Bobby Portis is going to come back. He should help with the rebounding on the Bucks. So you probably still got to watch out. That's going to be a big time thing. The Pacers can't rebound, but the Bucks can't rebound either. But you got Bobby Portis coming back. So the Pacers I'm really wondering what we do. And Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis ever going to both be on the court at the same time? So we're going to have to run these guys off the court if we don't want to get in a bully ball matchup with these guys in a slow-paced environment. Assists per game, the Pacers have 30. The Bucks have 28 per game. This is after the All-Star break. Both teams have 12.9 turnovers per game since the All-Star break. The Pacers just went this whole stretch, though, where they had the most games with under 10 turnovers in franchise history. So they're getting better at protecting the ball coming into the playoffs. The Pacers have 8 steals per game. The Bucks have 7.5. The Pacers have been first in the league at blocks per game at 6.1. The Bucks have 4. Again, this is stats after the All-Star break. Their benches have been identical. The Pacers defense has been better than it has been in the past. It's right there in the middle of the pack now. But when the Pacers can score a lot of points, you just got to be right around there. We'd like to see a top 10 defensive unit But to go from the bottom of the league to like 15th or 14th, that's pretty good too. So I expect a very close series. I don't expect the Pacers to. I expect us to win, but I don't just. I wouldn't. Yeah, minus 190. I wouldn't bet on that. You could probably. We could probably watch it. Watch the first two games. Let's see if we can protect home court. If we lose one, either game one or game two, you could get a better price. Because I mean, as long as we have home court advantage, game five, that's really all that matters. So we want to win game one, obviously, but this is a 7-game series. There's no reason to throw the baby out the bathwater if we lose game one, because we're in a tricky spot. You know, we beat the Bucks, then everybody's like, "Oh, you didn't have Dame." Like, we're expected to win, but if we lose, then it's just we suck again and whatever. Like, they'll act like the Bucks was always going to win the series if we lose the series. So this is we don't want to peak here. We finally got our respect. We got to keep our respect. You know, we got to take their respect. That's in the hype video. We're taking the respect. Let's just one game at a time, one series at a time. Pacers in 6, man. I don't know. It might have to go 7 games, but Pacers in 6. But I think it's because of the team chemistry, the team assist. Don't turn the ball over. And, you know, Giannis is going to get his, but the rest, our team has to beat the other team, all right? It's not Giannis. If it becomes 1 versus 5, we're going to win the game. They need Bobby Portis, Kevin Porter Jr. They need all their guys, but the Bucks have guys. So, good luck, man.